Good morning students, welcome to the class. Today we are going to study about the skill enhancement course paper 2, that is Laplace transform. So this paper has some maximum marks 50, internals 10 and theory is 40, total marks 50 and so the duration of the examination is 1.5 hours and we have to take 2 hours per week for this paper. First, let us take the definition of a Laplace transform. Let f of t be a function defined for all values of t greater than or equals to 0, then the Laplace transform of f of t denoted by L of f of t and is defined as L of f of t is equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. So here s being a parameter and this Laplace transform is denoted by f of s or f dash s also. So both the notations are same. We use L of f of t or f of s. So thus L of f of t Laplace transform of a function f of t is equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt, and it is also denoted as f of s. Let us take some linearity property here. So if L of f of t and L of g of t are Laplace transforms of the functions f of t and g of t respectively, and a and b are any constants, then Laplace transform of a of f of t plus b of g of t is equals to a as it is Laplace transform of f of t plus b as it is Laplace transform of g of t. So here a and b are constants, so we can take it outside here. This is very easy. By the definition of a Laplace transform, we have here, so we know the definition of a Laplace transform. So here only we have, that is here L of f of t is equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. So in place of f of t, you have to put here a f of t plus b g of t here. So L of this one is equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st as it is according to this definition. In place of f of t, you have to put this one a into f of t plus b into g of t dt. So again here a is constant, we will take it outside here. A as it is integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt, and plus b as it is constant. It's independent of this integral because we are integrating with respect to t. It is in between integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of g of t dt. And again let us apply the definition of Laplace transform. This is L of f of t and plus this b as it is, and this is L of g of t. So therefore Laplace transform of a into f of t plus b into g of t is equals to a into Laplace transform of f of t plus b into Laplace transform of g of t. This is known as linearity property. Let us take Laplace transform some standard functions. First let us take Laplace transform of 1. So it is equals to, let us apply the definition here. L of f of t we know, integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t. In place of f of t we have 1 here, so 1 into dt. And we know integration of e raised to ax dx is e raised to ax divided by a. In place of x we have here, in place of a we have here minus s. So integration of e raised to minus st dt is e raised to minus st divided by minus s between the limit 0 and infinity. So this s is independent of this limit. We can take it outside also. Minus 1 by s. So first substitute upper limit e raised to minus infinity minus e raised to lower limit is 0. And we know here e raised to minus infinity is nothing but 1 by e raised to infinity, and we know e raised to infinity is infinity. 1 by infinity is equals to here 0. Therefore it is 1 minus 1 by s into 0 minus, we know e raised to 0 minus 0 is 1. So minus into minus plus, it is equals to 1 by s. So this implies here Laplace transform of 1 is equals to 1 by s. Let us take one more. That is Laplace transform of e raised to at is equals to. So we know the definition again here, Laplace transform of L of f of t. So we know this L of f of t is equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. Let us apply this definition in all the cases. So it is in place of f of t we have e raised to at. So it is integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into e raised to at dt. It is equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to, let us take here bases are equal, we can add their powers. So it becomes here minus st plus at. Let us take minus sign common. It is like this here. It is like this. E raised to this is what here, e raised to minus st into e raised to at. It is equals to bases are equal. No, we can add their powers. Minus st plus at. So it is equals to e raised to, I have taken minus sign outside here. Minus sign I have taken outside. It is s minus a t. We get like this here. So it is equals to 0 to infinity e raised to minus s minus a into t dt. And it is again like e raised to ax. A here is minus of s minus a. So it is e raised to minus s minus a into t divided by minus s minus a between limits 0 and infinity. So this minus 1 by s minus a I have taken outside here. Substitute upper limit first here. E raised to minus infinity minus e raised to, in place of t, how to substitute 0, no? This becomes 0. So minus 1 by s minus a as it is. E raised to minus infinity is again 0. Just now I told you. E raised to minus 0 is 1. So multiply these two. Minus into minus plus, it is equals to 1 by s minus a. This implies here Laplace transform of e raised to at is equals to 1 divided by s minus a. You have to remember all these formulas. Let us take one more. Laplace transform of sin at. So let us apply the definition once again here. It is equals to 0 to infinity e raised to minus st sin at dt. Sin, we know one formula which you studied in your previous classes. Integration of e raised to ax into sin bx dx is equals to e raised to ax divided by a square plus b square into sin a. This is equals to this is a sin bx. A sin bx minus b cos bx. So this implies here L of sin at is equals to this one. Integration from 0 to infinity e raised to, it is like ax into sin bx. In place of a, what we have here, minus s, and in place of a b we have here a, and in place of x we have t. Just replace all this in this formulas. So we have here e raised to minus st. It is like e raised to x. So here e raised to x is minus st. E raised to minus st into a sin bx. Compare these two. In place of a we have minus s into sin at minus b. So compare these two here. In place of b, our in our example it is a. This is minus a cos bx. Bx means what here? Bx is our at. So divided by a square. A is minus s whole square, and plus b is our a. So it is a square between the limit 0 and infinity. You just replace here. You just compare these two formulas and write. So it is equals to minus s square is s square only. Take this one as outside because the limits are for only t. 1 by s square plus a square as it is. E raised to upper limit t is infinity. E raised to minus infinity. Don't add this bracket because here we know e raised to minus infinity becomes 0. So 0 to anything becomes 0. No need to add this bracket. And minus lower limit. E raised to minus 0 into minus s sin 0 minus a cos 0. It is equals to 1 by s square plus a square. So this is anyhow it is 0 minus e raised to minus 0 is 1. And this we know sin 0 is 0 and minus a cos 0 is 1. So this is a as it is. Minus into minus becomes plus. So it is equals to a divided by s square plus a square. So therefore Laplace transform of sin at is equals to a divided by s square plus a square. Let us take one more. Laplace transform of cos at. It is equals to 0 to infinity e raised to minus st. In place of f of t you put here cos at dt. So we know again here one more formula. Integration of e raised to x into cos bx dx is equals to e raised to x divided by a square plus b square a cos bx plus b sin bx. This formula we are using from previous class. So you just replace again here also in this formula. You just replace a by minus s, b by a, and t by x. So you will get like this here. E raised to minus st divided by minus s whole square plus a square into minus s cos at plus a sin at between the limits 0 and infinity. So again this is independent of t. We can take it outside here. 1 by s square plus a square, and substitute the limit for t here. E raised to minus infinity upper limit first, and again here we know e raised to minus infinity is 0. No need to write this bracket. Minus lower limit e raised to minus 0 into minus s cos 0 plus a sin 0. So it is equals to 1 by s square plus a square. This is 0 minus, it is 1 minus cos 0 is 1. So this minus s as it is, and plus a into sin 0. Sin 0 is 0. So this becomes 0. Again multiply these two. Minus 1 into minus s is plus s. So this implies here Laplace transform of cos at is equals to s divided by s square plus a square. Take one more result. Laplace transform of sin hyperbolic at. It is equals to Laplace transform of, let us express this sin hyperbolic in terms of exponential. We know the definition of sin hyperbolic x is equals to e raised to x minus e raised to minus x divided by 2. So this implies here, in place of this x we have at, no? So Laplace transform, this sin hyperbolic at is e raised to at minus e raised to minus at divided by 2. So this is equals to 1 by 2 into Laplace transform of, let us separate these terms here, e raised to at minus L of e raised to minus at. This is equals to 1 divided by 2. I have taken it outside here. Just now we studied in first property. In second property, Laplace transform of e raised to at is 1 divided by s minus a minus Laplace transform of e raised to minus at. In place of a we have minus. Now you just replace here also a as minus a. So s minus of minus a. So it is equals to 1 by 2. This is 1 by s minus a minus 1 divided by s plus a. Take LCM. LCM is s minus a into s plus a. Cross multiply. S plus a minus s minus a. Here this s minus s get cancelled. A plus a becomes 2a. Here plus s minus s get cancelled. A minus into minus plus a. A plus a is 2a. So 2a divided by this 2 into, we know s minus a into s plus a is s square minus a square. And here 2 also get cancelled. It is equals to simply a divided by s square minus a square. So thus Laplace transform of sin hyperbolic at is a divided by s square minus a square. Let us take one more result. Laplace transform of cos hyperbolic at. It is equals to again Laplace transform of, let us use the definition of cos hyperbolic x. It is equals to e raised to x plus e raised to minus x divided by 2. So it is e raised to at plus e raised to minus at divided by 2. Again separate the terms here like this. So here 1 by 2, Laplace transform of e raised to at, just now we studied 1 by s minus a plus Laplace transform of e raised to minus at. In place of a how to put minus a. So it is 1 divided by s minus of minus a. It is equals to 1 by 2, 1 by s minus a plus 1 divided by s plus a. Take LCM and cross multiply. You will get this cross multiplying will get here s plus a plus s minus a. Here a get cancelled. Plus a minus a get cancelled. S plus a is 2s. So it is equals to 1 by 2 into 2s divided by s square minus a square. So this implies Laplace transform of cos hyperbolic at is equals to s divided by, here 2 to get cancelled. It is equals to s divided by s square minus a square. Let us take one more result. Laplace transform of t raised to n. So let us apply the definition. It is from integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into t raised to n dt. So here both are functions of t here. We have to apply this is integration by parts, otherwise we use some substitution. Let us put here st is equals to x. Then differentiating on both sides with respect to t, s is as it is. Let us differentiate this. Derivative of t is dt and derivative of x is dx. Otherwise it is s is equals to dx by dt. Cross multiplying you will get here s dt is equals to dx. And in case of this limits, you have to change the limits also if you use any substitution. So these are the limits for the variable t. Now we are replacing it by x. So you have to change the limits for x also. So when this is t, no, when t is equals to 0, then x is also equals to 0. And when upper limit, when t is equals to infinity, when t is equals to infinity, then x tends to infinity, because here x is directly proportional to t. When t is 0, x is 0. When t is infinity, x is also infinity. So it becomes 0 to infinity e raised to st is x here into t. So here what this implies here? This implies here t is equals to x divided by s. So it is x by s raised to n and dt. So this implies here dt is equals to dx divided by s. Let us take this one as here integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus x into x to the power of n divided by, let us simplify that here, s to the power of, so here we have studied here, it is what here, x to the power of n divided by s, no, it becomes here what here, x to the power of n divided by s to the power of n. So this is s to the power of n into s is s to the power of n plus 1, it becomes here, it becomes like this here, s to the power of n plus 1 into dx. So this is again independent of limit. So it is equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus x into x to the power of n divided by s to the power of n plus 1 into dx. So this is independent of limit. I will take it outside, 1 divided by s to the power of n plus 1. So you write the remaining terms, 0 to infinity, integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus x, x to the power of n into dx. So this one is the definition of a gamma function. It is equals to 1 divided by s to the power of n plus 1. So we know this gamma function here. We can call it as a gamma function. Gamma n is equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus x into x to the power of. So this is the definition of a gamma function. So it is equals to 1 divided by s to the power of. We know the definition of a gamma function here. So gamma n is equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus x into x to the power of n minus 1 dx. So here it is n minus 1 means it is gamma n. Here we have n. So it is gamma n plus 1. So it is equals to 1 divided by s to the power of n plus 1 into gamma n plus 1. So again we know the definition of a gamma n. So we know this here. Gamma n is equals to n minus 1 factorial, or gamma n plus 1 is equals to n factorial. So this implies here, we can take this one as here, gamma n plus 1 is equals to n factorial. Therefore Laplace transform of t raised to n is equals to n factorial divided by s to the power of n plus 1. Let us make the list of all these results here. So first we studied what here? Laplace transform of 1, it is equals to 1 by s. Similarly, Laplace transform of any constant is k divided by s, where k is a constant. And third one is Laplace transform of e raised to at we studied, it is equals to 1 by s minus a. And fourth one is Laplace transform of sin at is equals to a divided by s square plus a square. Laplace transform of cos at is equals to s divided by s square plus a square. Sixth one is Laplace transform of sin hyperbolic at is equals to a divided by s square minus a square. Seventh one is Laplace transform of cos hyperbolic at is equals to s divided by s square minus a square. And eighth one is Laplace transform of t raised to n is equals to n factorial divided by s to the power of n plus 1, where n is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. And instead of this n factorial, so we can write it in terms of gamma function also, because you studied here only we have. So it is gamma n factorial is nothing but here gamma n plus 1. So we use the same result here also. So Laplace transform of t raised to n is equals to, in place of n factorial we can take gamma n plus 1 divided by s to the power of n plus 1. This is also for all t greater than or equals to minus 1. Let us take this one note here. To find the Laplace transform of a raised to t, because we don't know any formula for Laplace transform of a to the power of t. We know only a to the e to the power of at. How to express this a to the power of t in terms of e to the power of? So we know here, we know one definition here. This is a to the power of t can also be written as here e to the power of log of a to the power of t base e. We know this. So e to the power of log, they are reciprocals to each other, they get cancelled. Simply we have here a to the power of t. So it is a thing but here e to the power of, again it is in the form of log m raised to n. Log m raised to n is n log m. So it is e raised to t log a. Therefore a to the power of t can also be written as here e raised to t log a. So Laplace transform of a raised to t, if you want to find, then it is, you have to write it in the form of e raised to a log t. This is e raised to log a into t here. So it is equals to, we know it is in the form of e raised to a x. Integration of this is Laplace transform of e raised to a t is equals to, we know, 1 divided by s minus a. In place of a, we have here log a. So therefore, Laplace transform of a raised to t is equals to 1 divided by s minus log a. In this way, we can find the Laplace transform of a raised to